Alright, Lieutenant. You're going to use the new prototype battle frame. We designed this machine from scratch, specifically for you.
Reinforcement? What did they send us?
Lieutenant Yuliana Alexandrov, ZX-05 Zaptra, arrived at the combat area.
The defending fleet comprised of only one Zero-class destroyer, 2 frigates, and several corvettes. The enemy will throw everything they have at us. Stay strong. You will only have to repair the front line. It won't be long before Colonel Ende will obliterate enemy's fleet.
Mission acknowledged. Protect the defending fleet and engage with the enemy's front line.
We will be depending on you for the first stage of this mission, Lieutenant. It will be tough. We expect great things. You are the biggest pilot active on the battlefield at this moment.
Yes, sir.
This is Captain of Admiral Zayevik, the flagship of the defending fleet. We appreciate all support.
I believe in you. You will bring results. Everything will be fine.
Yes, sir.
Jinhai, Efim, Anna, you join Lieutenant Juliana's formation. Keep yourselves close to her if you want to stay alive.
Jinhai here. Roger. Lieutenant Juliana, we've always admired you. It's an honor to fight by your side.
All of the forward strike force neutralized. How's this even possible? Don't we totally outgun them? Don't let the enemy get to the fleet. Dragons out of Bravo Alpha. 10 more M5s to the front line.
Defense system on Hardware 6 is ready.
Enemy reinforcements comprise of 2 LCS ships. They're targeting our flagship. We need your assist.
What machine is this? Dragons out here. We've never seen this model before. Dragons out of Bravo Alpha. Where are the M5s? When will they arrive?
Model ready.
All enemy strike force neutralized. Good job, everyone. The flagship is still there. Thank you very much, Lieutenant. We're in your debt.
We did it!
Hardpoint
Thanks.
4
I'm going to
reloaded
propose
and
to my
ready.
girlfriend when I get back.
Lieutenant, we detect multiple crafts approaching. Prepare to engage. Everyone else except Lieutenant Juliana's squadron,
Model
please
ready.
evacuate from combat area. Everyone listen! These guys are ace pilots. You have to fully concentrate on the dogfighting.
Defense system on Hardware 6 is ready.
Pride of the U.S. Air Force. This is Black Knight 2, Roger. Launching missiles. Man, this would be the worst place to bail out. Don't get yourself shot down. You'll freeze to death before the rescue chopper arrives. Black Knight 3. The enemy squadron comprises of 3 Bearcoots and 1 prototype battle frame. Kill the Bearcoots first. They're much weaker targets. Then we'll attack that pilot machine all at once.
Lieutenant, I beg you, bring those kids home alive.
The Russian pilot's tougher than I thought.
Keep paying attention to your surroundings. Don't let them bait you. If you focus and keep following only one battle frame, the other machine will flank and kill you. These guys are masters of squadron dogfighting tactics.
Buddy, I swear I've seen a battle frame with that kind of capability before.
4, reloaded and ready. Hardpoint 4, reloaded and ready. Ready.
All enemy forces destroyed.
Yes, sir. Combat mode disengaged.
We've marked it on your HUD. The overbooster won't last long. Make the most out of it while you can. The particle cannon is meant to be used as an anti-ship weapon, Colonel. Don't waste it in dogfights. You won't hit battle frame.
Detecting heat signatures approaching at very high speed.
Missiles, intercept them!
No, movement pattern. Battle frame!
All units, be advised. The red machine is approaching the flagship at 3 times the speed of the others.
What?
Focus your fire on the machine. All the others are just decoys.
Let's see. We've got 3 capital ships on their side. 1 cruiser and 2 destroyers. I'm going to sink them first. What will be our reinforcement?
The reinforcement will be 2 Kirov-class destroyers with battle frame escort.
And they will bring the escort frigates and
Reloaded
LCS.
and ready.
Enemy ships are able to evade ion cannon. We have to sink those frigates after you come with the 3 capital ships.
You really expect me to do that in 5 minutes?
Booster will be
Your
exhausted in 1
expectations
minute.
never cease to amaze me.
Yes, Colonel. Let's start by focusing on not getting yourself killed first. I don't want to have to give you this crew-rank promotion.
Everyone knows I'll be colonel forever anyway.
Colonel is not fighting alone. Show him what we're made of.
Those Russian pilots on a suicide mission and they took
Ready.
What the hell? Isn't it just one battle frame? Shoot it down already.
30 seconds
Frame
left.
Quadrant. Kill that red Terminator.
This is Captain of the Kirov-class destroyer Dominion. I'd like to request an additional minute be added to our ETA into the combat zone. We cannot charge the ion cannon in time if we have to rush into the combat area at max speed.
Negative, Captain. Colonel Andy will be killed by then. You have to arrive within given ETA.
Okay, that means we'll have to enter the area without having our ion cannon ready. Colonel, I trust you. Sink all of the enemy ships that are equipped with an ion cannon before we arrive.
Colonel, you can sink enemy LCS with only 1 shot of the particle cannon.
Yeah, I should have hit the head back in the base. You know there's a toilet installed under your seat, right? Just enable the autopilot and use it. There's no time. Better to make a mess of my shirt than get shot down. Maybe you will have your head, buddy.
Reinforcements have arrived, Colonel. We have 2 Kirov-class destroyers with escorting battle frames. I advise you to regroup with the arriving friendly fleet, Colonel. It will be much safer for you and the fleet.
You really did manage to sink all the enemy's capital ships before we arrived. Thank you for your commitment. This will drastically increase our survivability.
The enemy has lost all of their major ships. However, those high-performance battle frames still pose a serious threat to you.
Reloaded and ready. Ready. Defense system on hardpoint 6 is ready.
Captain of the Dominion. The Allied force has achieved air dominance in the area.
All surviving forces, retreat to USAF YUKON base. I have a private military contractor to call.
US's 3rd Fleet has retreated to their base in Yukon, Alaska. To prevent them from launching a second strike, we're going to destroy the base facility before they recover their frontline combat unit, forcing them to retreat even deeper into Canada. This will buy us time on the North Pacific battlefront. The element of surprise is critical to this mission. You're going to maintain a low altitude, approaching the base through the canyon. Once you destroy all of the base's long radar sites, we'll cancel the altitude restriction, and you're clear to wreak havoc on enemy base. This mission will commence at 1600 today. Eat, shower, rest, and make yourself ready for the operation. I'll have the dinner waiting for your return. We've got beef stroganoff, grilled salmon, and vanilla ice cream tonight.
Colonel? What's that bottle you're holding? I have to tell you that you shall not drink vodka in the hangar, Colonel. We're going to sortie this evening.
Don't worry, Juliana. Everything will be fine. I can manage this.
It's not fine, sir. That will slow down your reaction time. If you keep doing this, you'll get yourself killed. We battleframe pilots have to react and decide in a split second. And just that one drink will make it impossible.
So you got scolded by your genetic daughter, Colonel?
You could say that, Anton. Although I have not adopted her yet. Still feeling somewhat awkward to think that I'm old enough to have a teenage daughter that's mature enough to serve as a battleframe pilot. Still, I feel she's too young to be sent out to the battlefield.
She's 16, but she has the physical capability of an Olympic swimmer, Colonel. Her battleframe piloting skill test score is even higher than most veteran squadron commanders. Besides, she's the only UCN pilot other than you that can pilot a Generation 4 battleframe.
Would it not be better if she lived, well,
rather than being the one that's protected by others, Colonel? Thanks to your genetic inheritance, she has the chance to make this choice.
Commence mission. Destroy all of the radar stations. Then we can proceed to the next phase.
tired of having me babysit you, Juliana.
I'm glad that you're here anyway, Colonel. Now that we're flying together, at least I can make sure that you don't get shot down.
Wait, what?
Altitude restriction is in place. Keep your altitude as low as you can. We cannot let the enemy detect your presence.
All 3 radar stations are marked on the radar in HUD, sir.
Roger that. Drone departing from Site Foxtrot to Site Hotel. Can you contact the ground units around the radar sites? Negative, General. Foxtrot just went down too. Something is really wrong.
Station destroyed. Altitude restriction cancelled. We'll now proceed to destroy the main base's facilities.
Enemy battle frame. Wait. These two machines. Are they? There's the Violet Reaper and the Red Demon.
Violet Reaper? You mean the one that shot down the entire Black Knight squadron? Focus your fire on that.
But Edward single-handedly sunk an entire cruiser strike fleet this afternoon. That new terminal is far more dangerous.
Calm down. They're no demon. The UCN just happen to have two pilots that can use fourth-generation battle frames. They just have better equipment. We can defeat them. Besides, these custom-made battle frames are likely to be very expensive, and the pilots are irreplaceable. If any of them get shot down, it'll be a heavy blow to the UCN combat force.
Go get them!
This is just it. Our intel indicates that the enemy is prepared to launch ICBMs. Unfortunately, we don't know the size of the bases before they hit the bomb. You have to worry.
System on Hardpoint 6 is ready.
launch sequence. To start the launch, you have to destroy all of the ICBM controllers located under the basic structure. You mark all of them on your radar.
Sir, the ICBM launchers aren't responding to commands.
Go shut down the launchers manually.
There's not much time left. Hurry! Left.
Funnel ready. Ready.
All ICBM controllers destroyed. How's it looking now, Anton?
Stand by. We're analyzing the situation. They're launching ICBM? How could this be possible? Haven't we destroyed all of the launch controllers?
Please, destroy all ICBMs. Do not let any of them get out of the combat area.
We can do this, right? Colonel!
Yes, Juliana. You and I can do this.
Ready. Funnel ready.
ICBMs neutralized. Please return home.
Funnel ready.
We're going to have you take on this emergency sortie, Colonel. The Americans are sending their trump card, the high-speed orbital attacker unit. It's heading to our base in Vladivostok. You are going to intercept them. The HSOAU has very exceptional agility for its size, and its ability to attack with beam weapons from low orbit make it a perfect fortress destroyer. That's why we have to intercept it before it reaches its destination. If we let that thing arrive at Vladivostok, they're going to be annihilated. They will be expecting interception. They'll be prepared well for the fight.
Juliana, you know about the HSOAU, right?
Yes, Colonel. It's built by a joint effort between the UCN and the CFN. The chassis, engine, and control system is all American technology, but its weapon system is ours. It's the first step of U.S. President Sean Soloway's plan to knit a closer relationship between the UCN and CFN. It's designed to need both governments' authorization to activate. Therefore, the U.S. government holds the key of the engine, and our government holds the key of the weapon. Yet they don't hesitate to use it against us as soon as we are at war with each other.
So it's equipped with Russian weapons. That means they will have particle shields and rely heavily on beam weapons, right?
Yes, sir. That will be the case if they are able to break the weapon system's activation code. The company that manufactures weapons for HSOAU is the same company that created Judgment in Zavtra.
And what if they cannot break the weapon code?
They'll have to go without using the weapon originally installed in the chassis. It's still possible that they'll install a makeshift weapon system at an external weapon station.
Prepare to engage!
So that's the part of peace, huh?
This is too ironic.
They sent the Red Demon? Oh, this'll save us time.
When we're commencing operation here, don't need to rush to the target area anymore. Let the blood be shed.
You really weren't kidding when you said it was fast.
Luck is on your side. It appears that the target has no intention to escape from the combat area before it's defeated.
We'll let it get up that decision.
American anti-air system, sir. Lightly equipped.
So, they don't have much space remaining for installing external weapon.
I know. Those Russian weapon systems take some time before they're operational. The EXP requires allowing SAIGO, weapon control system online on CIC. We're switching to the primary weapon system now.
That's our weapon technology, sir.
They were finally able to unlock the ship's original weapons. Impressive.
Colonel, the target just released drone swarm. Be careful!
They intercept missiles with their laser. This is like our framed psycho drones.
But these are much larger, Lieutenant, and much more powerful.
Deployed a new swarm of defense drones.
Impressive. These drones perform better than most third-generation battle frames.
You're enjoying a better launch, sir. More customized M5 approaching combat area at high speed. They're equipped with 40mm automatic shotguns. Don't let them get close to you. Colonel, the target just released drone swarm. Be careful!
Nothing a little duct tape can't fix. Well, shit. Not bad. Skedaddle style. Cheers for the rush. Wanna go at it again next Wednesday?
Our weapons are toasted. Damn it! Damn it! Very effective, sir. It's no use. HSOAU doesn't have escape pods. They never thought this thing would be defeated.
What are you waiting for? Switch off.
Hardpoint 4, reloaded and ready. Funnel ready.
The launch will be done by using mass driver at Eastern Siberia Space Station. That exposes it to attack by the United States Air Force. However, we cannot postpone the launch. To support both offensive and defensive operation, UCN scheduled to launch a new prototype orbital weapon. All details of this weapon are confidential. The launch will be done by using mass driver at Eastern Siberia Space Station. That exposes it to attack by the United States Air Force. However, we cannot postpone the launch. Protect the mass driver and the prototype weapon until it safely can escape.
What is the prototype weapon, sir?
We cannot tell you that, Lieutenant.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Evening News on the People's Radio. Today we have an interview with UCN Prime Minister Leonid Zardanov. Prime Minister, thank you for being with us today. So we're officially in the New World War.
No. I do not think this has or will escalate into a conflict of that scale. There are some skirmishes on the northeastern border we share with the CFN, and we're doing quite well in the battle so far. This is to my surprise, due to the difference in sizes of deployable forces in the combat area. But our defense forces are able to hold their ground. That should give us enough time to mobilize enough combat forces into the region so we can contain the situation.
So you're saying that we're aiming to de-escalate the situation by holding talks with the CFN?
We still want to cooperate with them. If they want to collaborate with us to create a peaceful world, we're more than glad to help. But unless Americans change their foreign relationship approach, it will be impossible.
What do you mean by their foreign relationship approach?
We cannot accept what we witnessed with the Bangkok 2 colony attack. Considering how close Bangkok 2 is to the Temasek orbital elevator, this is a disrespect we will not tolerate.
U.S. Vice President Orville L. Johnson stated in today's press release that the United States has no connection to the Children of Fallen Nations terrorist group, and the U.S. is not responsible for the terrorist attack on Bangkok 2 colony. The Congress authorized offensive military campaign in response to the UCN Strike Force attack on Ecuador orbital elevator, which is putting almost half of the world's population into great risk. Meanwhile, U.S. President Sean Soloway hasn't yet made any media appearance since the beginning of the war.
Why are orbital elevators so important?
Flying cities need a very rare isotope of gas that can only be found near low orbit. It is used for generating power to keep cities airborne. Without them, the cities will begin to fall. Combat ships also use this gas in their reactors.
So both our and their government decide to put millions of lives at risk by attacking each other's orbital elevators, and then declare war at each other? Why are people in power so stupid? Can't nations just get along and trade and try to understand each other? To think that so many people have sacrificed their lives for us.
Juliana, stop. We are professional combat operators. Do not let hatred overtake your mind. Whatever your reason to fight, never let hatred fuel you.
Colonel.
Huh?
What are we fighting for?
You'll have to find your own answer to that question, Juliana.
Right.
Cut the chatter. American strike force are now in combat area. All units, prepare to engage. Military transport aircrafts detected in enemy formation. They're heading for the mass driver.
take long with him, I find. Excellent piloting and marksmanship. This will be rather enjoyable.
Hardpoint 4, reloaded and ready. Funnel ready.
Enemy transport planes are deploying airborne tanks.
Hardpoint 4, reloaded and ready.
You cannot risk sending the ship on a mass driver until enemy ground forces are removed. You have to request an escort. We apologize for asking you to go through some.
Colonel, as you might have noticed, our ground force is outnumbered by the enemy. We don't think they can hold much longer.
Oh dear, I'm in trouble now.
Forces neutralized. Mass driver operation. You copy?
Roger that. The SSTO is on the elevator and moving to the mass driver. Transport ship moved to mass driver. Preparing for launch sequence.
This ship is much smaller than I thought. That prototype weapon is contained in that.
We're going to protect it until it leaves the mass driver and climbs to a safe altitude.
Enemy spotted. Stay in formation, Danger Rangers. Punch them out of the sky.
Defense system on hardpoint 6 is ready. Defense system on hardpoint 6 is ready.
SSTO is launching in 3, 2, 1. Launch!
The Grim Reaper's ready to engage the enemy. You're going down! This is not the end!
Defense system on hardpoint 6 is ready. Funnel ready. Funnel ready.
We're going to disable UCN's Eastern Siberian Space Center located here on the map. Although the Space Center's defense is slightly damaged from the unsuccessful going to disable UCN's Eastern Siberian Space Center located here on the map. Although the Space Center's defense is slightly damaged from the unsuccessful USAF raid a few hours earlier, it is very likely they've mobilized reinforcements to defend the base. I expect that we're going to encounter many mass-produced high-performance battle frames. USS Takao is flying to Japan Gulf, and we shall commence this at 1500 today.
Miss Esmeralda, may I ask one question?
Yes?
Do we really have to do this?
What do you mean?
This isn't a peacekeeping operation anymore. Taking part in the invasion of another country. Do you really think this kind of behavior will lead to peace?
Mirai, we're the most competent combat unit available to the CFN. If other units take on this assignment, not only the risk of the mission failure increases, there will be unnecessary casualty on both sides. Besides, deciding what to do is not our responsibility.
Is that what we are? Blindly following orders? Going out there and killing people without a reason?
I thought you were against drinking between missions. What happened?
It's okay. I'm not the one risking my life piloting battle frames going into the battle or something anyway.
Oh, I see. So you got into a fight with Mirai, huh?
Not really. She reminds me of myself when I was younger, believing she can change the world by herself and all that.
And by younger, you mean when you were 25 or something?
Shut up. I'm not that old. I just turned 28 about a month ago.
Mirai is just 14, you know.
Stop trying to make me feel old. Kids that age shouldn't be in the battlefield in the first place. When I was her age, I hadn't even enrolled in the Air Force Academy yet. Why, that professor had to implant those chips in her brain and force this life on her. After I worked in the Air Force for a few years, I got tired of being something that can be replaced easily. Too stupid to think for myself. So, when I got the proposal from Mithril, it doesn't take much time to decide. And I thought working with PMC would have more freedom. I thought by working here people will respect my decision a bit. I thought by being the commander of Mithril, I can make a real difference. I guess I was wrong. no matter where we are.
At least, I'll avoid firing at the cockpit block. Okay?
Commence mission. Destroy all marked targets. Be careful of enemy high-performance battle frames.
All fighters, battle frame ships, everything we have!
Those ground anti-air weapons shall be easy to take out from long range with our railguns.
Deployed!
Enemy reinforcements detected. Prepare to engage.
What is this monster? Why won't it go down already?
This is madness. How the hell are we supposed to defeat this? Hey, Max, just give me the commits. The Colonel and the squadron is coming.
The Colonel? Alright, we can do this. We can break away from the coward.
Deployed! Battle frame's damage is at 30%.
Avoid close range engagement with those S-47s. They have 40mm automatic shotguns. Use funnels, railguns, and missiles
Funnels
to take them out.
deployed! Armor point down 50%.
We're detecting a SAR-class cruiser with escort approaching the combat area. This is the largest ship in the UCN arsenal. Prepare yourself.
Railgun is ready.
Decoys ready!
The game's afoot. You think you have a chance against us? Pitiful.
Funnels deployed! Deployed!
You do have some skill.
Psycho drone is now usable.
Funnels deployed!
The opponent. I'll have to quickly rethink my strategy. I didn't expect this guy. This is tiring. Let's end this now. This is not how I
Funnels deployed!
Smart missiles ready.
Proved too much for me. Goodbye, everyone.
All targets neutralized. I'm going back.
Detecting one enemy battle frame coming at very high speed. Wait.
Missiles ready.
This is... There's no time to withdraw from the combat area. Prepare yourself for an immediate high-speed dogfight.
Decoys ready!
Overbooster exhausted, Colonel. Purge it!
Huh? I fought that machine before. Must be destiny. We are to meet again in combat.
Lieutenant Juliana is en route to the combat area. If you can... significant tactical advantage.
Oh, is that the thing that raises their morale? The machine that's 3 times faster than normal, huh? Don't worry, Mirai. You have beaten him before.
Funnels deployed!
You will beat him again.
Morgan, I've got a headache.
Mirai's neuron control system is overflooded by incoming data. But from where? That red battle frame?
Colonel, there's something strange happening to your battlefield. Colonel, YUKON!
Funnels deployed!
Colonel, respond!
What's this?
I see memories. Alice's voice in my head.
Is it you?
Listen,
the pilot of that
the
white
enemy battle frame's equipped with an
girl?
anti-ship particle cannon. It's very dangerous.
Remind me of
Now
someone I care
disable
about.
your battle frame with only one
I don't
hit.
want to kill.
You can hear and see the particle cannon charging around one.
You'll do it again.
Engage now!
That means I'll have to shoot you down. I see. You're the one that shot
Funnels
Juliana
deployed.
down in Hong Kong. It was a miracle that she wasn't hurt. But some of my subordinates were not as lucky as her.
I avoided firing at the cockpit.
Even so, you still put other people's lives at risk. You're naive. You know that you've destroyed your target. But you never acknowledge that you've killed people. Until this moment.
What do you mean?
You see your target. Tanks, aircraft, ships, battle frames, whatever is marked up on your display. You have the target locked. You press a button on the joystick. Then that target explodes. The computer locks onto the next target. Then you repeat until each and every target has been eliminated. But you never feel as though you have taken a life. So much seemingly empty space between you and the people on the other side of the fight. Ignorance, as they say, is bliss. You never hesitate to pull the trigger. War as a video game. That's how they want soldiers to think. And what makes you hesitate now? Is it because you and I have spoken to each other?
Funnels deployed! Decoys ready! Deployed! Decoys ready!
Colonel, are you alright? Lieutenant Juliana almost has arrived at the combat area. Hold on! Just a little bit more.
Deployed! Evade! Missile! He's firing the particle cannon! Smart missile ready.
If people just try to understand each other a little bit more, we can just talk to each other. Without all this meaningless hatred dividing us, there'd be no war to speak of.
Colonel Andy is down. I'll say again, Colonel Andy is down.
Target... battle frame is disabled. Cannot detect life signal in cockpit. Is it me? No.
Ingrid, how we doing?
I'm afraid we cannot leave the combat area yet. We're detecting another battle frame approaching at very high speed. This one is also a next-generation battle frame.
Morgan, I'm reaching my limit. I don't think I can keep going. If I had only arrived earlier. I'm so sorry, Colonel. I'm so sorry.
Get a hold of yourself, Lieutenant. Focus on what we can.
Right. When will this end?
This is Whiskey 1. We've received a search and rescue operation request. We shall arrive at the target area in a few minutes.
Feel her sorrow. pay for everything you have done. I don't want to fight you. Can't you just let us go? Get out of my head!
Defense system on Hardpoint 6 is ready.
We're in. We'll go home together. What's this red light?
Target's reactor has come back to being fully operational. Now operating at 130, 220, 350. This madness. The white devil that we have been painfully fighting was just only a fraction of what it really is? Be careful, Lieutenant. That machine is becoming even more powerful.
Will not.
Detecting increasing activity in Shafter's reactor.
Get away!
Lieutenant, your battle frame is also emitting red light. Are you okay, Lieutenant?
Hull damage is now at 50%. Model ready. Defense system on Hardpoint 6 is ready. Hardpoint 4 reloaded and ready. Reloaded and ready. Auto ready. Hardpoint 4 reloaded and ready. Hardpoint 4 reloaded and ready.
feel others' pain, sadness, we still can't stop killing each other. Isn't that sad?
Mirai!
This is Whiskey 1. We found Colonel Andy's machine. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I'm really sorry.
Even though we succeeded in most defensive operations, we still have to hold a deeper defense line. We speculate that they want to completely eliminate all of our fighting ability on the Pacific Ocean before they reach the flying cities that are important to us. As you can see, the frontline unit they sent this time is quite a lot. This is the first time that you, Acula Squad, is assigned to the front line. I think you might still remember what they did to Bangkok 2 colony, your homeland. You can criticize me that I'm being unpatriotic from what I'm about to say, but I don't want you to throw your life away for nothing. If you don't want to be a burden to others in the battlefield, please leave all those thoughts that might make you reckless behind before you take flight.